first number to the second number to the third number. What pattern do you see in the upper right-hand corner? Multiplying by 2. Okay. So, since we're multiplying by 2, that's what makes it geometric. Whenever you multiply by the same number each time, it's called geometric. All right, we have a formula. We're going to write down in the boxes. To find a certain term, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to the n minus 1 power. This is an exponent. I'm going to write it in words underneath, okay? Can you write this in your box? Huh? No. Right, because it's an exponent. That's why I made it a little bit smaller on the top. That's all. Okay, so what this says is the nth term is equal to the first term times the common ratio. In our little example up here, we're multiplying by 2, so that's called the common ratio would be 2. And then the exponent is 1 less than the number of terms. Arithmetic or geometric?
Arithmetic.
Why do you say so?
No, never mind.
Okay. We're multiplying by 3, so therefore geometric. So it's the one that you just wrote down. All right.
Think we use 3 to 15 terms?
Would you use what now? Well, but we start at 3.
You do 3 to 15, 14. Add 3.
Multiply by 3. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There are 15 powers. You know what? I don't appreciate me.
Okay, for those of you guys, listen. Where? A 1. For those of you who did the exponential unit before spring break, this is exponential because my variable is n. Okay, it's exponential. We have an exponent. I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to use the 15th term. So a of 15. The first number in our sequence is 3. What's our common ratio? And we're looking for the 15th term, so 15 minus 1 up here at the exponent. And we're going to evaluate that with the help of our calculators. It's a big number.
What are you laughing at?
You got to put 15 minus 1 in parentheses.
This person, my friend, huh?
Okay.
This person, my friend, you make fun of me?
Okay. Okay. One thing, guys, if you're going to type all of it in the calculator at one time, you probably need to put the exponent part in parentheses so that it works out, or do it in your head. 15 minus 1 is 14, so your power should be 14. It's a big number, isn't it? Let's see, 14,348,907. Oh, because I was lazy and I didn't write it down. For the sequence. Now the negative kind of got cut off, so I'm going to rewrite it. This is supposed to say 2, negative 6, positive 18. Okay.
It would have been that 07.
That's what I had.
Oh.
That's what I had. All right, so we need, it says it's geometric, so that means that there's a multiplication happening to get to the next number. What are we multiplying by every time? Negative 3, good. We're multiplying by a negative 3. Remember, a negative times a negative is a positive. All right, so we're going to use the same formula. This time we're writing the equation, so we're going to leave n as n. How did I get what? Okay, so a sub 1, what's the first number? 2. What's our common ratio? What are we multiplying by? Negative 3, and then n minus 1. And then we stop. That is our equation. That is it. Okay? That's the only thing that you have to do. You don't even have, there's no simplification that has to be done for writing the equation this time. Okay. That's the geometric sequence. We got to figure out what the pattern would need to be. Please. Step 1, if you have to find the missing in between, you're going to take the last number divided by the first number. So let's do that. We got to figure out what we're going to have to multiply by every time. Last divided by the first. Step 2. You want to figure out how many times you need to multiply by. So I'm going to draw that in. I need to go once, twice, 3 times. I got to multiply 4 different times to get to 64.
Well, you multiply by 4 because if you divide it by 6, 6 takes by 4.
It's not, no, it's not divided by 4 because we have to multiply a multiple of times. Mm-mm. Hey, the 4th root of 16. What number times itself 4 times gives you 16? No, not 4. 2. 2 times 2, that's 4. Times 2 more, 8. Times 2, 16. So this is equal to 2. We can put that in our calculators as well. Let me show you that on the calculator. I'm going to come back in just a second. Let me get my calculator real fast. 4 first, and then 16. That's okay. 8 times 2, 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 32 times 2 is 64. It should match out. If it doesn't, if you don't get to 64, then you made a mistake over here in your computations over here on the right-hand side. Okay? All right. We will have an exit slip today, and you have an assignment out of your workbook. So let me pass your exits out.